The 1 Year Bible Storybook by Virginia J. Muir. Today's story, Jacob's Sons Buy Grain. It comes from Genesis chapter 42. Joseph didn't have to go back to prison. Pharaoh had made him a great leader in Egypt. During the 7 good years, Joseph made a rule that every farmer had to give some of his grain to the king. Joseph stored up all that extra grain in big buildings in the city. When the 7 years of famine came, crops wouldn't grow. Soon the farmers had nothing to feed their animals or their families, and all the people and animals began to get hungry. They begged their king to help them. Pharaoh said, "I put Joseph in charge of famine relief. Ask him what to do." When the hungry people came to Joseph, he opened the barns and sold grain to them. Then they and their animals had enough to eat. The famine was bad in the land of Canaan too. Jacob's family desperately needed grain. Jacob said to his sons, "I have heard that the king of Egypt has plenty of grain stored up. Go there and buy some for us, or else we will starve." So all 10 of Joseph's older brothers got on their donkeys and rode off toward Egypt, a trip that took many days. When they got there, they asked where they could buy grain. "Go to the city and see our governor," was the answer. "He is in charge of all the supplies." Our second story today is Joseph's brothers don't recognize him, also from Genesis chapter 42. When Jacob's sons found the governor, they didn't recognize him as their brother. Of course, he had grown older and had changed a lot since they had last seen him. Also, he was wearing Egyptian clothes and was an important government official. Joseph recognized them right away, and he was very glad to see them. But he pretended he didn't know them. They all bowed low to Joseph. And this was just what Joseph had dreamed when he was just a boy. Joseph asked sternly, "Where have you come from?" They told him they were from Canaan and that they needed to buy food for their families. "No, I can see that you're spies. Come to see how bad our famine is, so you can bring an army against us," said Joseph, pretending to be very angry. No, indeed. We are not spies. We are the sons of Jacob, a great man in Canaan. We have another brother at home. There used to be 12 of us, but one brother died." Joseph kept on pretending not to recognize them. He said, "There's one way I can find out whether you are telling the truth. I'll put you in jail. Then I'll send one of you back to get your youngest brother." So he put all of them in jail for 3 days. Tomorrow we'll continue with our story. One Year Bible Storybook.